Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 806th day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. Russia has lost approximately 479,710 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war, the General Staff of Ukraine's armed forces reported. The number, which has not been independently verified, includes 980 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 5 tanks, 32 armored combat vehicles, 47 artillery systems, 4 multiple launch rocket system, 2 air defense systems, 51 drones, 73 vehicles and 4 pieces of special equipment. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. There were 76 combat engagements. The enemy launched a total of 5 missile and 72 air strikes, carried out 74 multiple launch rocket system attacks on positions of Ukrainian troops and various settlements. The Ukrainian Air Force and Missile Forces launched strikes on 1 air defense system and 17 concentrations of troops of the Russian invaders. In its latest intelligence update, the UK's Ministry of Defence reports Russia's Victory Day parade on May 9, 2024, commemorated victory over Nazism in the Great Patriotic War. The major parade in Moscow was scaled down, with fewer modern military equipment displays compared to pre-war parades. Due to significant losses from the Ukraine war, there was no opportunity to demonstrate military strength during the parade. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War. Russian President Vladimir Putin used his May 9 Victory Day speech to relitigate his belief that the West is attempting to erase the Soviet Union's contributions to defeating Nazi Germany during the Second World War, a grievance that is at the core of Russia's adversarial perceptions of the West. Putin seized on a recent meeting with the commanders of several frontline Russian formations to portray himself as an informed and effective Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Armed Forces, aware of the intricacies of the frontline situation and involved in finding solutions to issues that plague Russian forces. Putin surrounded himself with a number of foreign officials at the Victory Day parade, likely in order to posture himself as an effective statesman capable of galvanizing an alternative coalition to the power structures of the collective West. Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Maria Zakharova claimed that the Moldovan government is engaged in a Nazi-like genocide in Moldova, a notable inflection in Kremlin officials' rhetoric about Moldova that is likely meant set conditions for a Russian effort to secure control over Moldova and not just some of its regions. The leaders of the pro-Kremlin Moldovan Victory Opposition electoral bloc attended the Victory Day parade in Moscow, further indicating that the Kremlin intends to use these actors to destabilize all of Moldova and attack Moldova's democracy and EU accession process. Russian forces have markedly increased the rate of ground attacks in eastern Ukraine over the past month, likely reflecting current battlefield conditions and the intent of the Russian military command to secure gains before the arrival of Western military aid to the front lines. Russian border guards are withdrawing from much of Armenia as Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan continues to face domestic backlash for decisions regarding Nagorno-Karabakh. The Kremlin may seek to capitalize on opposition outrage in Armenia to punish Pashinyan for increasingly pulling away from Russia. Ukraine's security service conducted long-range drone strikes against Russian oil depots and refinery infrastructure in Krasnodar Krai and the Republic of Bashkortostan on May 9. Russian forces continue to struggle with discipline in their ranks, with some Russian soldiers reportedly killing other members of their units. Russian forces recently made confirmed advances near Avdiivka and Donetsk city. In Zelensky's nightly video he covered several points. Firstly, he discussed accelerating weapon supply from partners and strategizing with available forces to counter the occupier. Secondly, the President of the European Parliament, Roberta Metsola, visited Ukraine on Europe Day, emphasizing solidarity against Russian aggression. Lastly, Ukraine expressed gratitude for international cooperation during the second summit of Ukrainian and European communities, preparing for negotiations on Ukraine's accession to the European Union. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.